We'll get this started. It's good to have everybody. Good to see some of you back. This is our Q&A session where we try to answer questions, keep our Shibboleth members going in the right direction, plug in any informational gaps that they may have. It's very important that you, if you're a free community member, that you watch the videos in your video library, begin learning our lifestyle and system. If you're a lifetime member or a partner, make sure you earn that fast track badge. You'll lose a lot more weight. You'll have a better nutritional foundation and understand what we're talking about in these classes a lot better if you've went through the fast track series. You've watched the fast track videos, taken the test, passed the test, and earned the badge. It doesn't take that long to do, but the return on the investment is superb because we're talking about life longevity, better quality of life, more self-confidence, more self-esteem. It's a big deal. So spend time with those fast track videos if you have access to them. All right. Well, let's get this party started. Good to have our folks on Facebook. Good to be back with you here. Let's go on and kick this thing off right. I'm going to get right into my little monologue and then we'll go into Q&A. This is in Acts, the Acts of the Apostles. And we're talking about Acts chapter 5. But a certain man named Ananias with Sapphira his wife sold a possession and kept back part of the price. His wife also being privy to it and brought a certain part and laid it at the apostles' feet. But Peter said, Ananias, why has Satan filled thine heart to lie to the Holy Ghost and to keep back part of the price of the land? While it remained, was it not thine own? And after it was sold, was it not in thine own power? Why hast thou conceived this thing in thine heart? Thou hast not lied unto men, but unto God. And as we know, Ananias dropped dead. I think a lot about folks that start a diet or start a weight loss program or start our lifestyle. And they aren't doing their best. They aren't immersing themselves in the information. They aren't doing their best. They aren't being truthful and honest with themselves in their journal. But yet we'll come to class or make a post that says the program's not working for me. I'm not losing weight. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm not losing weight. And most often, they are not being honest with themselves. When we're not honest with ourselves, when we lie to ourselves, our forward progress drops dead, just like Ananias did, just like his wife did. The problem is not that one is not doing their best. The problem is in saying that you are when you're not. Are y'all with me? Saying you are when you're not. You're not only lying to people, you're lying to yourself. Every day we get to make a decision about how we want to live and lead our life. And it's up to us. We have liberty. We have liberty in Christ. You're a free person. If you've been born again, you're free. When the Son sets you free, you're free indeed. If you make a decision to half-butt it, to half-butt life, then you're going to get a half-butt result. And you should be satisfied with that because you only invested half yourself. So if you're not doing your best, you shouldn't expect fantastic results, correct? But if you're doing your best, you're giving it your all. The Bible says if you sow the wind, you'll reap the whirlwind. If you'll give all of yourself, God will give you back tenfold. But what we don't need to do is make excuses. We don't need to say erroneous things like, I don't have time. This is too hard. I can't do it. It's too expensive. None of these things are true. These are excuses. We are lying to ourselves. We are lying to the Holy Ghost. Each and every day we get to make a decision. Will we do our best or will we won't? And then we have to own that. A lot of folks aren't owning it. So yesterday, I didn't do my best. I own it. I would have produced better results yesterday if I would have done my best. I'm not going to lie about it today. I didn't do my best. I've got more in me. I can do better. I'm not going to blame you all. Today, I'm on track to do my best. And if I give it my all, I expect a nice reward for giving it my all. At a base level, my sleep will be sweet because I gave it my best today. But if I don't do my best today, I'm not going to pretend that I did when I didn't. So every day you've got a decision to make. Are you going to go all in? Are you doing your best, or are you holding back part of the price? You have amazing potential. Each and every person here has amazing potential. There is no one here that wants and desires to lose weight that cannot lose weight. There is no underlying disease that will prevent you from losing weight. There's nothing that will prevent you from losing weight except for excuses if you want to lose weight. So come go with us. Don't be like Ananias and Sapphira. Don't hold back part of the price today. Do your best. Okay, some questions. Tammy, when doing a 36-hour fast, what kind of a day do we put in our journal? Tiger 36 or etc. Do we put 36 hours for 2 days in a row since the 36 hours falls within 2 days? No. When you're talking Tiger 16, Tiger 24, or Tiger 36, the day where you spent the most of that day, because you got 48 hours, right? So if I start my fast on Sunday, I end dinner on Sunday, and I don't eat all day Monday, and I don't eat again until Tuesday at noon. Monday is my Tiger 36, period. Does that make sense? Now, when you're having a Tiger 16, it can be a little hairy. It depends on when you started your fast. So I count the day where I had the most fasting time. Also, for a Tiger 16 day, you need to be eating from the Tiger list. If you have a 16-hour fast, but you didn't choose the Tiger food list, it's just an intermittent fasting day. Does that make sense, Tammy? So what about my green drink? Okay, I do not drink traditional smoothie recipes. They're full of sugar. I'm doing a type of fast today where I will have a couple of a mock green smoothie and one mock red smoothie that will give me a lot of energy, make me very happy, give me a lot of phytonutrients, and then I will have a meat and vegetable dinner. This type of day usually is a good comeback day for me when I've had an off day. Maybe I had a perfect day but pushed the boundary some, even though it was still perfect. Let's say I didn't lose any weight, or let's say I had a big holiday. This is a comeback day for me. So what I used was 3 cubes of ice, a flavor of Spark that makes sense. This is lemon lime. There's my energy and mental focus and clarity. And then I had Advocare's greens powder. The next one I have before my dinner will be the Reds powder. One is more fruit based. One is more vegetable based. This one's more vegetable based. I love the taste of it. And it's just stock full of fantastic phytonutrition. You got barley grass, spinach, wheatgrass, alfalfa juice, broccoli, kale, spirulina, carrot, green tea, green coffee, chlorella, and kelp. You've also got a lot of fiber, prebiotics, probiotics. It helps with regularity. So that's what I'm doing for an extreme restrictive day today. I'm having a spark with my greens, a spark with my reds, and then a perfect red column dinner. So that's what I did. You can get those particular products. Some people use, I don't, because I don't sell them, but they're good. If you don't want to buy from us, Athletic Greens is a good product. I get these from AdvoCare, and I'll put in my link. I like the taste of these better than Athletic Greens. www.blowtorchfat.com. www.blowtorchfat.com. They have the greens, AdvoCare, Advo Greens, and they have the reds. And they're just fantastic supplementary products, and they count as an extra, but they're very filling. So I'm actually doing like a modified fast. So, I mean, this is almost pure fasting time because these are pre-digested greens. Any other questions? And you can see it's pretty robust. It's pretty thick. So good stuff. Very filling. Any other questions? This is our Q&A time together. Happy to answer any questions that you all might have. Let's get this kicked off. No question off limits at the noon hour. Only dumb question is the question that doesn't get asked. This keeps you moving along in your journey. Christy asked, should you take a probiotic? Officially, that's a question for your personal physician, your medical professional, but I am allowed to tell you my philosophy as long as you know it may not be right for you. I take probiotics every day, especially in the world that we live in today with all these environmental toxins, this antibiotic culture. Antibiotic means against life, because when we take an antibiotic, it doesn't just kill the bad bacteria, it kills the good bacteria that we need to. So it's very, I think, wise for me to take a probiotic each and every day, and I do. What is Tiger's Eye? So in our program, let me just pull it up. The only type day that we're ever going to need to lose body fat on our program is what we call a Shibboleth perfect day. Once you master how to have a perfect day in this drop box, this is a type of day. Once you master this type of day, you may or may not decide to take a deeper dive into wellness nutrition. And you'll see that as you take a deeper dive, there's different types of days that fall under the perfect day umbrella. There's the holiday, there's the intermittent fasting day, there's the tiger days, the lion day, the shark day, and the divine day. A tiger day is not, you do not get the full approved list of foods like you do with a perfect day. A tiger day is a specific list of foods that you've agreed to stick with on a day when you feel very motivated. And you're also including a fasting time of 16 hours, 24 hours, or 36 hours. So when I go to my tiger list, I'm going to dashboard, and I'm going to go to tiger dashboard. And something got moved around on me. Maybe Joni can give you the link because it's gotten moved on me. But there is a food library for your tiger list. I'll have to grab somebody to get you. They're working on the website. Hey, Sasha, could you send me a link of the tiger food library? It has disappeared on me. so I can give it to them? All right. But basically, that's it. The Tiger Food Library is just a more restrictive food list. That's it. Jan, if I do intermittent fasting for 16 and no Tiger list, is that not as effective as the Tiger fast? Jan, it's possible. It would depend on which of you get a larger food list, correct? So it would depend on which of the foods you chose. It could be just as effective depending on the foods that you chose, but I don't know what you chose. So if you're using the complete library, it's possible you used a bread that wasn't as effective, etc. So statistically speaking, a Tiger 16-day is going to be better results than a regular perfect day with a 16-hour fast included. So it's just up to you. 16-hour fasting is a great discipline, whether you're having a regular perfect day or a Tiger day. The Tiger day is just more of a whole food list. There's less processed foods on a Tiger list than there are on the big list. But it could certainly be just as effective. So Linda says, I'm not sure that I'm having a perfect day. Can you help with that? Sure. So to have a perfect day is following these daily disciplines. You drink your water. You got in a minimum of a half a gallon of water a day. You journaled. If you bite it, you write it, you hog it, you log it. Everything that you consume goes in your journal. Food combinations. Everything on your plate was combined properly or was an approved recipe or an approved meal replacement. If your combinations are right, red column, yellow column, blue column, then you're controlling insulin. That's critical. Portions. Did you have 3 eating episodes or less? If you had more than that, were they approved snacks and freebies? And were your meal episodes, did they fit under the 2-hand rule, or did you consume them off a portion control plate? If you did that, you're good. Timing does not alter your perfect day status. This is an optimization rule. It is best to spread your meals out 4 to 6 hours. So Linda, I believe it was Linda. Yeah, Linda. Can you share with me, as you're a new person, you're beginning, would you share with me which ones of these daily disciplines you're struggling with the most so that we can unpack it? Sally, what is the cost right now to join Shibboleth? I have others asking and want to make sure I tell them right. It is a $49 lifetime membership. You can go to www.shibbolethdeals.com to become a all-access member, lifetime member of Shibboleth. www.shibbolethdeals.com. Hello, Amanda. So Joni has now, I believe, posted the Tiger's Eye food list. So I'm going to go to that, and she has got it up for me. She probably got a good chuckle out of that. We had a staff meeting yesterday, and they watched me not be able to find stuff on my own website. So I certainly feel your pain if you can't find stuff, but we're working on the organization of the information. So here's your Tiger's Eye list. Joni's put that link in the chat. Your Tiger Eye food list is much more abridged than our full food library, but you've got a better selection of foods that are geared more for weight loss and wellness. Becky, can you explain how the meal timer works? Is it measuring the time of your last meal of today with the first meal of tomorrow, or does it track between eating events? If I understand what you're talking about, and not sure that I do, in the journal, we have a Sergey called it an eat timer. We probably need to change that. Sergey's from the Ukraine, a lot smarter than me, speaks 2 languages, but sometimes the English is a little different. So eat timer. So your meal timer. Is this what you're talking about? I'm not sure if that's what you're talking about. If you'll let me know, I'll keep going. Okay, so here I turn it on and it says eat timer interval. How long between meals are you trying to do? Am I trying to do 6 hours between meals? Am I trying to do 12? Am I trying to do 16? So let's say I'm trying to do 6 and I save it. Okay. Now I save it, and for the day, I'm going to go put in a meal. And I put in a meal and I put in approved turkey wrap. That's a 1 + 2 plus a condiment. And I mark my time. I'm having it at 12:15 p.m. I save. Now my timer, do you see this, Becky? My timer has started based upon my last meal that I consumed. Does that make sense? Is that what you were needing? Then I'll go on to other questions. I want to make sure you understand that I answered your question. I actually love this because I'm not eating. I'm just competitive like that. I'm not eating until that timer's done. All right. Next question. Brittany, can you put a scoop of peanut butter in your Mighty Muffin? I thought that I heard that you could. I do that. It is not optimal. If I'm really doing well and really watching my meals and sometimes only getting in 2 a day, I will add extra to my Mighty Muffin. If I'm getting 3 eating episodes or more, then I'm not adding peanut butter to my Mighty Muffin. But there are many days now in my journey, I just feel better with 2 eating episodes, 1 at noon, 1 at 6. So in that case, I will add a teaspoon up to a tablespoon of peanut butter to my Mighty Muffin. So you can. It's never the most optimal thing to do, but it does stick to your ribs, so to speak, a little better. So you can do that. Just be careful, though, if you're having 3 eating episodes and an approved snack, that's going to really push your calories. A tablespoon of peanut butter is at least 100 calories. So Linda says, I am struggling with the food library. I haven't found some of the things I used the last 2 days. I went to the store and purchased approved items. Does that mean I wasn't perfect? Example, 8 ounces of unsweetened coconut milk. Now, Linda, unsweetened coconut milk is in the library. But what we need to understand is how you used it, okay? There's a couple of things that will affect your perfect day status. Just because you're using approved items doesn't mean that you're combining them the right way. So I have a couple of questions for you. Number one, what did you have with that unsweetened coconut milk? That's critical for me to know. Number two, have you earned your fast track badge yet? Can you answer those 2 questions for me? Thank you. Appreciate you working with me, Linda. Judy, what vitamins do you take daily and with your probiotics? This is everything that I need. I take Metabolic Nutrition System Delta or Metabolic Nutrition System Omni. I don't really need anything else except for the things I take for sports performance. So Metabolic Nutrition System Delta. I'll take one now because it's actually time. So there's 2 packs, okay? My pack number 1 that I take, these 3 great capsules and tablets. I take on an empty stomach. This gives me energy. This helps rev up my metabolism, okay? I will take pack number 2 with my largest eating episode of the day that will be around 6 p.m., okay? So that's what I do. So Linda did earn the fast track badge, but is still struggling with the food combinations in library, right, Linda? So Linda used it with my protein shake along with 8 ounces of water. Okay, Linda, let's unpack that. If you used an appropriate protein powder, you did good, okay? I wouldn't have used that milk with my protein shake. It's going to be plenty flavorful without that milk, but you did add it, and it is fine to do that with that particular unsweetened milk. So I would say that's a perfect meal replacement, okay? You did good. I would highly recommend, Linda, I would highly recommend that you get a mentor appointment and that you work with one of our great mentors and come up with a meal plan while you're attending these classes and learning how to combine foods appropriately. It'd be a good investment for you to get that meal planning one-on-one session. I think that would help you. We got to get you well versed in how to combine these foods together and what's lawful, what's expedient, and then what is just a simple flat out holiday. Yeah, Linda, Joni just posted www.mentor.gymbook.com. We want to help you, Miss Linda, so please let us. Happy to have you a part of our program. Private question, what vitamins do you take daily with your probiotics? I guess that's probably you asked also, I think, over here publicly. So yeah, the Metabolic Nutrition System Delta or Metabolic Nutrition System Omni. That's my go-to. Any other questions? Joni, Trussa on Facebook asked, thank you, Joni. I weigh every day. Sometimes it goes up and down a little. Is it best to log it on my journal only once a week? It depends on how you feel about weighing every day. I weigh multiple times a day. It doesn't affect my state of mind at all. I understand how my body will fluctuate dependent upon the carbs and water I'm consuming. I understand that if I'm in a calorie deficit and eating the right food combinations, it doesn't matter what the scales say, I'm losing fat. So why won't the scales show that I lost fat if I'm losing fat? Well, sometimes your body's like a big sponge. It works kind of like the high tide and low tide. When the tide's high, you can't see your fat loss results. When the tide's low, you get to see your fat loss results. So your body works like that way, just like the sea. It's the best analogy I've ever come up with, and nobody ever gets it. But because your body's 2/3 water, just like planet Earth is 2/3 water. Our bodies is affected by circadian rhythms, the gravity, carbohydrate, water. So I tell people the scales lie if you look at them every day. They lie. They never tell how much fat you lost or gained. Never. If they show a 4-pound gain, you did not gain 4 pounds of fat. If they show a 4-pound loss in a day, 4-pound gain or loss in one day, you did not lose or gain that much in fat. It is water fluctuation, glycogen fluctuation, etc. Waste fluctuation. The scales tell a little more truth if we look at them week over week. So if I weigh every Monday morning, I can count on that a little bit. more if I'm a man than if I'm a woman, because with a female, you've got that time of the month too. So they tell a little bit of truth if you look at them Monday to Monday. Now, if you look at them March 1st compared to April 1st, they tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So if you're easily discouraged by what the scales say, live the lifestyle, know that you're doing your best, don't hold back part of the price, and then gauge your results once a month. It's just up to you. I like to weigh multiple times a day. I like to know how foods impact my water retention, et cetera, et cetera. Joey, are there specific exercises you recommend to start off with for optimum weight loss? Walking, stay up, stay up, stay up, stay up, stay up, stay up, stay up. It's better than anything else because everybody can do it and you can do it and multitask. There's no excuses unless you have lower body handicaps or injuries. You can do it for long periods of time, burns tons of calories. Brisk walking is what I recommend for folks when they're first starting out with an exercise regimen. Get you a Fitbit, start stepping while you're in efficient fat burning mode. It's amazing. Body fat comes off better with brisk walking than anything else because you can do it longer. You can do it longer and you can multitask while doing it. So that's my first recommendation. Then you can get into resistance training or high intense cardiovascular training. But if you try to take on too much in the beginning, if you're not already exercising, and now you're going to get rid of your old lifestyle, adopt new eating habits, you're going to start new exercise. People do not realize you cannot exercise enough to overcome a bad diet. 80 to 90% of transformation is in nutrition, not exercise. So just something to think about. I highly suggest as soon as one will, walk, step, step, step. Start with a goal of 10,000 steps a day and then try to get in 15,000 steps a day. While you're in efficient fat burning, you'll start melting. Do not reward yourself with extra food. Sheila says, I get it. I weigh every day, but it doesn't bother me if it shows I've gained a little. Good job. Scales only tell the truth about fat loss or fat gain if you look at them month over month. Shannon on Facebook. Is it okay to drink a Celsius with a meal? It is. A Celsius is an approved beverage, and you're welcome to have it with any approved meal episode as part of a perfect day. Any other questions? Laurie says, this is not to discourage because I'm not discouraged. I have been eating one meal and one meal replacement since starting the 24-day masterclass. I had a dizzy and weak spell. I had a snack portion of the approved biscotti. Was that all right? Yeah, I would have done that if I was having a low blood sugar episode. It sounds like you had a low blood sugar episode. And when we have a low blood sugar episode, there are several things that we can do to elevate our blood sugar. And slow elevation. We're not getting too much fat bus. I think you did fine, Lori. Not a problem. If I'm understanding your question right, it's not a problem. You did great. Great job. Hope you felt better after having a little bit of biscotti. Other things that you could have done, half a cup or so of berries, an apple, even by itself due to the low blood sugar episode. Otherwise, you wouldn't do that by itself. A bio coffee, better in peanut butter, not better in peanut butter, but peanut butter and company, chocolate fudge peanut butter, a tablespoon of that. Those are things that you could do anytime you experience a low blood sugar episode. My favorite thing is Advocare Rehydrate, electrolytes, but also sequential carbs that get my blood sugar up. Any other questions? All hearts and minds clear? Got another question, a private question. I'll try to keep it private. I drink collagen, which is 45 calories. If I'm fasting 16 hours, would this break my 16-day fast? I'd have to see the macronutrient profile. I'm assuming it's protein. Am I right? Might want to let me know. You're pushing the boundaries a little bit there, but if it's very low protein, I don't expect you to have a problem with that breaking your fast. Does that make sense? Protein, as good as it is for us, it does break a fast. Carbohydrate and fat, as long as we limit it significantly, it doesn't typically break a fast. For 45 calories, that's so negligible. Unless that's all protein, I don't think you got a problem there. Probably not even if you had protein. It's definitely not going to be optimal. The optimal fast is nothing but water. But I don't do that. I have various things like supplements like you're doing during my fasting time. Tammy says doing a 36-hour fast and beyond 24 hours. Yay. Fasting is so beneficial. Great job. Full of energy, mental focus and clarity abound when we fast. Fight or flight, high levels of awareness. It's awesome. Diane, you're welcome. I'm glad that I can entertain you while you're doing those chores. Anyone else? I have never fasted. Is there a guide to doing one for the first time? Yes, there are videos. We have several fasting guideline videos in the library that you may want to check out, but it's very simple. So if you know how to have a perfect day, the only thing you're doing differently is let's say you wanted to fast tomorrow. Let's say you've already eaten today, so you're not fasting today. Let's pretend. Let's say that you have your dinner at 7 p.m. tonight. When you finish eating that dinner, your fast begins. And you should try to have nothing but water for the duration of your fast. The way I do that is I finish up my last eating episode of the day, and then I set my smartphone timer to 16 hours. And I just try to have nothing but water for that 16 hours. Pretty simple. If you want to understand why fasting is beneficial, then I would check out those fasting videos. If you need help finding them, if you don't mind tagging Joni, Joni can kind of point you in the right direction. You're welcome. Anybody else? Any other questions or comments? Question, how do you incorporate collagen properly? I am not an advocate of calorie-containing collagen supplements. So I'm not the best to answer that. I have a lot of members that do that. And if it's approved, they just incorporate it throughout their 24-hour day. It's a consumable product. So you would consume it whenever you want to consume it. Once it's approved, you would just consume it where you feel like is a good time of your day to consume that collagen supplement. I prefer to get my collagen in via bone broth. So my bone broth is either a category 1 or I consume bone broth as a meal episode. That's how I get mine in. I use kettle. I don't make my own bone broth. It's too time consuming. For me, I just consume kettle and fire bone broth. Marie asks for prayer for those in Tennessee that have fires out of control in Weirs Valley. 11,000 homes been evacuated. I had not heard that. I don't watch hardly any TV. I don't listen to really anything but nutrition and motivational stuff. So I hadn't heard that. Thanks for sharing, and may we all be praying for those folks. Lots of challenging times for lots of people, and appreciate you, Marie, for being a caring Christian and asking for prayer for those people. Tabitha, I have been starting to fast 18 hours on most days, and I love it. I sleep so much better at night and feel so energetic. Never in my life did I think I would enjoy not eating 18 hours. I'm right there with you. If you'd have told me that I would be doing that many years after losing my weight, I'd told you you're crazy. It's been one of the most pleasurable experiences of my life, daily fasting. Feel better, more energy, better recovery. When I go to bed with food in my gut, my recovery that's monitored, I got it charging, sorry, habit. I wear a Whoop strap that's charging. My Whoop strap always shows a lesser recovery. If I go to bed on an empty stomach, then I always show a better recovery. So good observation, Tabitha. Karen, can almond milk be used as creamer as long as it is 15 calories or less? Yes, it can. Does coffee with almond milk break a fast? Probably should. Straight coffee, no. Adding additional things, yes. If it's only 15 calories, I'm going to let that be shooter's choice. Does it stop the benefits of autophagy? No. Does it diminish them? Yes. Optimal fasting is nothing but water. And you're talking coffee with 15 calories of almond milk. That's not a bad deal. I take that back. Not a big deal, Karen. Yeah, a lot of bone broths are okay. Some bone broths that say keto approved, they're going to be high in fat. Be careful with those. Kettle and Fire has some very high fat bone broths. I'm using the one that's 0 fat. Would I share my journal with you one day? Absolutely. Happy to do that. I'll do that. I'll unpack my journal in one of these broadcasts. I tried a chicken bone broth, but didn't like it. It was not the Kettle brand. Can you add spices? I add spices, riced cauliflower, miracle rice, all kinds of things to my bone broth. And you can further season it with any approved seasoning packs. Karen, if you had coffee first, then in the morning, and then eat an hour later, would that be 2 eating episodes? Coffee is not an eating episode unless you've added a protein source to it. Other than like just 15 calorie creamer, it's still a freebie. So if you had coffee, that's not an eating episode. Then if you eat an hour later, that would be your first eating episode. Good job, Sally Clock. How do I cook miracle rice or noodles? Take them out of the package. I put them in a colander. I rinse them off very, very well. I hate that solution that they come in, so I rinse them thoroughly. I pat them dry with a paper towel, make them sticky. Then I put them in a nonstick skillet with MCT oil and I heat it up. That takes all of the solution flavor out of them. Then you have the textured rice substitute that you cook with whatever you would normally have rice with. That's how I do it. I'm not a big fan of the miracle noodles. I prefer the miracle rice, which is the same as the noodles. It's a texture thing for me. It's just chopped up noodles, and they're more palatable to me. Anybody else? All it is glucomannan. It's just fiber, inulin or fiber from a mushroom source. 0 calories. Where do I get Kettle and Fire bone broth? I get my Kettle and Fire bone broth from Amazon. I try to stay away from the high fat ones and get the 0. I do like the Kettle and Fire chili, but again, I use it as a meal replacement and not a category 1 in that case. All right. Well, don't forget, if the Lord leads you to, if you're a lifetime member, we hope that you will pray about becoming a Shibboleth partner. Your monthly contribution at $5 or more per month ensures that I can keep my team and I can keep doing what I do, trying to help a lot of people save lives in the name of Jesus. Can't do it without our partner support. So thank you to all of our lifetime members who have supported us with your one-time contribution and getting all access. And then we also want to thank our partners for your monthly contribution, and those of you also that have contributed with a one-time donation. It certainly has helped us stay afloat during a difficult time. We've got a big mission. Can't do it without you. So thank y'all. Thank you so much. I pray God's blessings on you. Yes, you can partner with us by going to www.helpshibboleth.com. Everything from $5 and more. It really helps us keep our team. So thank y'all so much. All right, we'll see you in the next one. God bless y'all. Thanks for coming today.